Hey guys, a very good morning and welcome to a new daily market outlook. So a very interesting week this week. First of all, of course, Euro Yen and GBP JPY, two signals that I shared inside the Discord server, link in the description down below. Would really appreciate it if you guys could leave a like. Markets are looking fantastic this week. So just only two trades taken and both 120 pips banked on Euro Yen and on Pound Yen, as we can see over here. So yeah, shared live and still falling down in towards the downside with a lot of momentum coming in towards daily demand. So a good time to take those profits off the table. So let's dive into our normal outlook, which is of course the dollar index. So starting off with the dollar index, we can clearly see that pretty much what we wanted to see yesterday played out. We took out this high, of course, off that sort of retracement in towards demand. From there, we started pushing up back in towards the highs once again. Looking at the dollar index overall, what I'm expecting further upside, of course, to maintain. We are, however, pretty choppy here on the 1 hour, but preferably, of course, we would want to see higher prices given and provided, because this for me is not yet a proper pullback, so still waiting for higher prices to occur. Waiting for that. Moving on in towards euro dollar, because this is where it gets very interesting, guys. So a very clear setup, or occasion, what happened, whatever you want to call it, with us finally taking out this high, exactly what we wanted. So now what we've got is that pullback in towards the downside, low formed, high break, push down, low break, fractal low break, guys. This is a fractal low break with the wick over here. Now a pullback in towards supply, of course being, let's say, one of these two zones over here. So either inside here or, for example, inside this wick. This or these two doji candles are not yet really strong demand or supply, excuse me. For this to really be valid supply, we need price to push a little bit more down, and for the 4 hour to close slightly stronger bearish, and then I'll be more than happy to look for those shorts. So that's what I'm looking for today. As you can clearly see, the higher areas of 15-minute supply are very beautiful, and it would be very preferable for Euro USD to close below this low with a strong close. Just to point that out, at the moment it looks more like kind of like a liquidation low. Overall as well, if we zoom in, we have not yet closed below this low, so I'm still waiting for that. I would preferably want to see euro dollar just tank down a little bit lower and then pull back, take out this high, this liquidity high, take out these highs of liquidity, and then pop up in towards either this supply zone number 1 or supply zone number 2 up there. Then we look for those shorts back down in towards the downside. So that's that. Yesterday, I, of course, highlighted that we could see kind of like a potential short from here or from here with kind of like the liquidation highs. As we can clearly see, of course, we liquidated the highs and we pushed back down, moved up, moved in towards this wick, which was your supply, pushed back down again, but again, pushed back up. Why is that? Because we didn't yet have that 4 hour change of character. And the bearish momentum was not yet there. That's why I told you guys yesterday, like, your dollar is a lower probability setup, and I'm going to show you guys in a minute why, because Aussie dollar and NZDUSD played out beautifully. So I think it's clear for today what we're going to be looking for on your dollar. But now moving on in towards AUDUSD, which is the next pair which we're going to analyze. So there again, from a 4 hour perspective, of course, I don't trade support and resistance, but you guys all know we're kind of stuck in this range over here, and we are stuck in the upper side of the range, which is acting as a very clear area of resistance. This is 0.65, and it's just a strong key level acting as your resistance. So then diving in towards the 4 hour time frame, we clearly had what we didn't have on your USD, which was, of course, that change of character. So we get that push up, we get a pullback, we get a push up, then we get a break of structure. So with that in mind, of course, you guys know I was looking for a short upon the pullback yesterday here in towards the highs. So then on the 15-minute time frame, what did we get? Well, we got exactly what we were looking for. This isn't supposed to happen. We got exactly what we were looking for. We got a push back up in towards 15-minute supply. Over here, as you can see, liquidity high right below it, tapped out liquidity, boom, and then sold off in towards the downside. So very beautiful setup yesterday, short from this area of supply, that played out to absolute perfection. So what are we looking for today? Well, of course, we're looking for further shorts now, in line with the overall 4 hour fractal structure. So it could either be from here, or it could be from this upper area of supply as well. So either supply zone 1 or supply zone number 2. clear liquidity above these highs, kind of like, again, a range within a bigger range. So this is your range, take out the highs and then look for that sell-off in towards the downside in line with that 4-hour fractal structure. So let me just clean it up for you guys. So very clear, I think, for you all. We've now broken this fractal low over here. So we broke that fractal low, let me see. So we broke that fractal low over here, then this became our fractal high. So then from that moment onwards, I was looking for a very clean pullback to then go short, for example, from this upper area of supply over here. But then what happened, and which is again less favorable, and why these change of characters are a little bit annoying sometimes, is that this became our fractal high over here, or fractal low, excuse me, and this is our new fractal high. So this is our new fractal high, 0.64811. So then going in towards the 15, 0.64811. That's already this high over here. So it's a little bit less favorable. I'm not going to lie, from a 4-hour fractal perspective. So I might just focus and go with the 15, because again, fractal structure happens everywhere, but very clear 15-minute structure does not. So what I'll be looking for is, again, this is your swing low that gets broken. So what is the high that breaks this low? That is this high over here. So this is your swing high on the 15. This is currently your swing low. Again, very clear liquidity above these highs. So if it does push a little bit higher, I will still be looking for a potential short. So just keep that in mind. But again, yesterday's setup on Aussie dollar was far more beautiful, and I think very clear, explained for everyone. So yeah, you guys know the drill. Of course, we could expect higher prices still on Aussie dollar, but preferably it would happen from slightly lower prices, and we would see slightly a deeper retracement. But again, it is a little bit more risky, I would say, to trade Aussie dollar, because ultimately, if you're trading in line with the 4-hour, this is your swing low, this is your swing high, you do expect like a break of structure, right? But because we have that strong key level of 0.65, we have that strong liquidity grab above the highs, and straight away an aggressive sell-off, and then straight after a 4-hour change of character, I was more than happy to look for that short. So you can still short in towards the downside, but do keep in mind, the more you look for those shorts, the riskier it gets. So I would say stick, for example, at this moment in time to euro dollar, as we stick to Aussie dollar yesterday. So moving on in towards GBPUSD, excuse me. So GBPUSD, what are we seeing? Well, we're seeing a further sell-off. Yeah, you guys know, yesterday I did mention we were inside of this sell before the buy, so a little bit lower probability than, for example, NZDUSD or AUDUSD. So looking at GBPUSD overall, we have not yet seen a high break or fractal structure break, because this is your fractal high and down below this is your fractal low. So now I'm focusing more on the internal structure. So if we close below this low, I would be happy to look for a pullback in towards this supply zone to then short further back down, at least in towards this wick where there is some fresh demand. I know that for a fact. But yeah, overall, I mean, I would still be happy to look for shorts, but it's just lower probability if we don't get a close below this line, because if we do get a close below this line, then you have very clear internal structure forming, and then I'm happy to go short until, again, yeah, because again, this is your swing low, this is your swing high, so it's kind of like an impulse up into here, and then a pullback starts. So once you kind of see these internal low break, you get an internal structure break. So this is a till sign that a deeper pullback is now ready, and until you then break, for example, this high, which is the internal structure high, then you see, okay, the swing structure is now bullish, the internal structure is now bullish, so now I want to look for those longs back up higher. But as long as this high is respected, I would look for shorts on GBPUSD for now. Going in towards the 15, what do we see over there? Yeah, I mean, again, you can kind of see why I wasn't really looking for shorts from here yesterday, because what you ultimately had was a push down, like in towards here, because this was the low break, push up, push down, push up, break, boom, push up again. But now you've broken this low over here of this low, which broke this high. Sorry for the messy chart today, guys, by the way. I don't know, but the undo tool isn't working properly. But then a push down, a pullback, now gonna push down. So yeah, you could look for kind of like shorts when we pull back in towards this range, and then look for further short in towards the downside. That's what you can look for. But again, I'm like I'm really happy with what EURUSD is doing, so I might just focus on that pair for today. So moving on into towards NZDUSD. So NZDUSD, yeah, NZDUSD, guys. Like, sometimes I just love trading, because this is a work of art, guys. This is a real work of art, because if we just look at the clean analysis that we did, daily is bearish, yeah? So daily, swing high over here, swing low over here. So we know we're looking for shorts. Clear liquidity high over here, right below this area of supply. So when the market came in towards here, we all knew, okay, we want to look for shorts. Then from a 4-hour perspective, what did we see? Just to add to the whole confluence story, we had clear 1, 2, third trendline touch, rejection, sell-off. So confirmation after tapping in towards daily and 4-hour supply, fractal structure break, low formed, like exactly as explained yesterday. This is like the key setup, guys. Like push, pull back in towards the supply zone, in towards this buy before the sell, which took out this fractal low, and then from there we just dump in towards the downside. Like, this is absolute perfection. I literally called this yesterday, guys, with a beautiful liquidity high over here. This entire buy before the sell, your supply, tap in, boom, sell off aggressively in towards the downside. These are the kind of setups that I live for. So yeah, really beautiful overall to see. And then from that moment onwards, what happens? Order flow, guys. So buy before the sell, tap back in, sell off. Buy before the sell, tap back in, sell off. Buy before the sell, tap back in, sell off. Buy before the sell, break. So you now break order flow. So now it would be more logical for NZDUSD to push up higher. Now, if you look at the 4-hour time frame, and what do we see over here? It's pretty logical that you're making a pullback, right? Because overall, after breaking this low, this became your new fractal low. So then what happens is that we break this fractal low, and we're still breaking the lows. So this is currently your 4-hour fractal high. This is your 4-hour fractal low. So you could still push up all the way until this high is respected and still look for those shorts in towards the downside. So that's what I'm looking for the downside on NZDUSD. Only thing that you have to keep in mind is that we have moved into pretty much this sell for the buy. That's why we're also reacting. Again, order flow, guys. And this sell before the buy took out this high over here on the 4-hour. So the 4-hour is still bullish, but the daily is bearish. And of course, the daily is stronger, so you want the daily to prevail. But just keep in mind, of course, the lower you get, and that's why this is a high probability sell, because you're still at the top of the overall 4-hour range, right? So now you see, okay, 50% mark. Yeah, sell for the buy. So now shorts are getting a lot riskier. Am I just going to start shorting from here? No. Did I short from here? Yes. Why? Because this is premium. Why am I not shorting here? This is discount. So let's wait for price to push up a little bit higher, wait for that bearish momentum to come in, and then we'll look for those shorts. But for now, guys, EURUSD is the main setup for today that I'm going to be keeping my eyes out for and see if that happens. I've already traded GBP, JPY, and Euro Yen. So yeah, not a lot of pressure to take any more trades, but I hope this analysis was clear and concise. If you have any feedback or any comments, please leave them in the description or in the comment section down below. Don't forget to leave a like. Wish you all a fantastic day. And last of all, of course, gold, before I forget. Gold tapped in towards daily demand, rocketing up as expected. Just moved slightly lower, of course, after not respecting this zone over here. But again, now this is your sub for the buy. So look for further upside upon a pullback, yeah, like this, and then wait for all-time highs to come. So look for gold longs and from that 4-hour demand zone. So guys, thank you so much for joining in. Very clear and simple gold. Wait for further upside. After a pullback, you can enter. So wish you all a fantastic day and speak very, very soon. Thanks, guys. Wait 1 second. The reason why gold here on the daily, again, is because what you can very clearly see, a clear tap in towards this daily sell before the buy. So now I really wish you a fantastic day. Thanks, guys.